I should have a flying robot butler or something by now. So here are 20 money mistakes to stop making in 2020. So number 1 is having an inadequate emergency fund. Having a year's worth of expenses in the bank gives us a lot of security and a lot more breathing room. Now, you may not be at that point yet, and if you're not, you're not. But having something in the bank, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you have to find a comfortable point. It doesn't matter what an expert tells you. You have to find what is comfortable for you. And I know I'm going to get a comment telling me, well, if you've got that much money sitting in the bank, you're wasting it because you could be investing it. No, no, no. It is liquid. If I need it, it's there. If I invest it and I have to withdraw it, I have to pay a penalty, I have to pay taxes. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in caring for my family if I have an emergency. I've got other money I can invest. This is my lifeline, and all of you need a lifeline, and maybe your line is little until you get a little bit further down the road, and that is fine because this is not a competition. 2, not enough life insurance. Y'all, you gotta get on it with your life insurance. What your company offers is probably not enough. Plus, you lose your benefits if you lose your job. And the thing is, if you buy in at a younger age, your insurance is less expensive. So you need term life insurance, not whole life, term life insurance. For any adults living in your home, if you are single, you maybe want to have a burial policy and some money where your family members or whomever is going to be taking care of your estate, where they're not having to dip into their own pockets to pay for that. Okay, so number 3 is not maxing out your company match. Now, I know if you follow Dave Ramsey, he says do not do any sort of retirement until you're out of debt, but I fundamentally disagree for a lot of reasons, because your company match is part of your income. It is part of your salary package, and you need to take full advantage of that match. And so if your company matches 5%, you put at least 5% in. But do not leave free money on the table. Number 4 is not knowing all of the benefits that your company has to offer, because there are benefits within your insurance, there are benefits within your retirement, there are benefits that are not necessarily retirement or directly financially tied that are still benefits that can save your family money. I know that for a long time, the company that my husband was with, we got a deal on our cell phones. And then when we left that company and we moved, we no longer had that deal. But my husband's company buys bulk park tickets. So if we wanted to go to a park, we could get those at a discount. There are other benefits that your company might be offering you that could save your family money when it comes to everyday expenses. When it comes to vacation planning, there may be some things that you can get at a discount. So know your full fringe benefits. Number 5 is only relying on your company's retirement plan. This is not a good idea. You need to diversify. My husband's 401k, I have a Roth IRA because I'm self-employed. He has a Roth IRA in addition to his retirement. Diversify. You can invest in many different areas. I will leave a link below to one of my favorite investing accounts that you can follow. It's Finance Club. I think that's what it's called. You can follow them on Instagram. They have a YouTube channel. He gives great information. Number 6, stop financing everything. Ugh. So we're adding on to our home right now, which is why I'm standing in my laundry room, because my living room is a construction zone. We're building a bedroom / office / pay. We're putting up 3 walls and creating 3 different spaces. We're cash flowing it. The whole thing is going to come in at less than $3,000. We priced it out. But when I was talking to someone about it, they were like, why don't you just finance that? Roll that into your loan. It would not be that much. I'm trying to pay my house off early, and you're telling me to borrow $3,000. I could just save up the money to pay for it? No. Stop financing everything. That is where your money is going. It's $20 on your cell phone bill to pay for your new phone. Right? Stop financing your life away. Which kind of brings me to number 7, which is ignoring interest rates. You've got to keep an eye on your interest rate. You need to keep an eye on how much interest you're paying on your home and how much that will cost you when you don't pay it off early. How much interest you could save by consolidating your student loans. How much interest you're getting on a high yield savings account. How much interest you're getting in your retirement. Don't touch your retirement, but keep an eye on it. Like, interest matters. Pay attention to the interest on the accounts that you are paying and the accounts that you're receiving and the accounts that you're investing in. pay attention. Number 8, and this is just a basic one that all of us can benefit from, that is no effort and requires no brain power, and that is using up what you have. If it's hair products, beauty products, clothing that you're like, whether it's hair products, beauty products, the stuff in your pantry, all the diapers that you have, all of your wipes, like whatever it is you have in your house, use it up before you replace it. Kind of brings me away to throwing out food. And one of you said to me in a video, and I absolutely loved it, you left this comment saying, the most expensive food that you own is the food you threw away. My freezer just started making noise. Sorry about that awful noise, guys. We're gonna power through and finish this video. But if you are wasting food, you gotta get a better meal plan, something that uses up your leftovers. Freeze your leftovers. That's something we've started doing. And then we'll have weeks where I just don't cook because we got a ton of leftovers. Okay, so number 10 is taking out student loans, or taking out more than you need, or encouraging someone else to take out more than they need. And this is a very fine line here, because I am not naive to the fact that college is expensive. I was able to graduate loan-free, debt-free. My husband wasn't. And, you know, my parents put some money aside, but I also had scholarships that covered the majority of my tuition, and I worked sometimes 2 jobs at a time, and I graduated without debt. I know that not everyone is in that position. I'm not naive to the fact of why student loans exist. Taking out more loans than you need just creates a burden for your future self to pay. Don't. When I was in college, I waited tables, and I worked in a preschool, and I worked in a church nursery. Sometimes all at the same time. I would have times when I would taught preschool in the morning, then I would go and take a few classes. Then that early evening, I worked in the church nursery on Wednesdays, and then that night I would go and work at the restaurant until closing, go home and study, and then repeat it the next day. And then I had times where I didn't work as much, but it was hard. And this was more than a decade ago. So what are we on? What are we on? Number 11, shopping as a hobby, or shopping as therapy, or shopping because you're bored. Shopping without intention. Don't buy stuff you don't need. Don't go to Target because you got an hour to kill. Don't pick up your phone and look at Amazon. Quit swiping up to every influencer on Instagram. Unless they're swiping up to like Oprah's giving away her mansions for free, don't swipe up. Number 12, financing toys. I get that not ideally we would all pay cash for our cars, right? But I also get that life happens, and sometimes you're in an emergency situation, you need a vehicle, you take out a loan, and hopefully you'll pay it off as quickly as possible. I understand how life works, but financing an ATV or a boat or a car just because you wanted it when you had one that worked, or leasing a car, or what it is, stop it. Number 13, not tracking your spending. There are so many apps you can use to do this. There are spreadsheets you can use. There's pen and paper. Just track what you're spending. Just track what you're spending. Tracking what you're spending is eye-opening. When I did that whole what I spent in a week video, which several of you requested that I do that monthly, and I'm going to try. Even though I knew like this is what's in our budget, saying it out loud to you at the end of the week was very like illuminating, and maybe I could cut back in some areas, which I'm working on. Number 14 is not talking about money. So my husband and I have a money meeting every Friday when he gets paid, just so we can see like, is there anywhere we need to move our budget, anything we need to adjust. And we've also started checking our bank account daily, just in case, because there have been a few things that popped up. We're like, wait, what? That's not correct. Let's fix it. And because we were minding our money, tracking it, and talking about it, we were able to stay on top of what could have been some really rough situations. Number 15 is saying the F word is bad. What I mean by that is frugal or budget. These are not bad words. They are not harmful. Start seeing it as something that I can work with. Like, my budget is not set in stone. I can change it if I need to, because it is my money. It belongs to me. I tell it where to go. I am in control of my finances. Say that to yourself in the mirror if you have to. This is my money. I tell it where to go. I am in charge. And you can change your budget if you have to. It is yours and you get to control it. Woo! We're 16, only having one income stream. I know, it sucks, but we now live in a gig economy, right? You have to have more than one income stream. Everybody has a side hustle. I highly recommend it. My husband's even starting a side hustle. He's amazing. I'll tell you more about that in the future. But having some just extra form of income that you can fall back on to save or to put towards a goal, it's just nice. It's nice to have more than one stream of income. And there are little things that you can do, and there are entire businesses that you can start with no money. I started my business, which I do full-time now, for $13. I bought a domain name, I set up a blog, I got clients, and I was in business. 13 bucks, and now I work full-time from home, and I have employees. So you can do this. Only making the minimum payments. Minimum payments will keep you broke and in debt the rest of your life. And even if all you can put towards something is $25 or $50, you would be amazed at how quickly you will pay down your debt and how much interest you will save. Go to bankrate.com, find their amortization calculator, put in your extra payments, even if they're small, and you will see how quickly you can get yourself out of a hole. Number 18, impulse purchases. One of the reasons I love grocery pickup is because I don't walk past all the cute kid clothes or coffee mugs or planners or all the things that I want in my house that I don't need. Impulse purchases are hard, and I feel like there's some psychology to it, like why we hoard certain things that we do or why we feel compelled to buy certain things, but just stop the impulse. And I have a video on how to control your urge to spend. I will link it below, but just quit. You probably waste way more money than you realized on that. Number 19, and some of you are really going to disagree with me because every time I bring this up, you're like, no! But that is not adjusting your withholding. If you are getting a huge tax refund, you are having too much money withheld from your paycheck, and you need to adjust your holding accordingly. There are calculators that can help you out. I will try to remember to link one below, but you don't want to get a big refund every year. You want to keep that money, right? Because the government is borrowing it interest-free. But if you're taking out student loans, you know that the government is not going to give you money interest-free. Don't give them money for free. Just keep it in the bank. Put it in your Roth IRA. Gain some interest on it. Live your best life. All right, and number 20, and this is a big one, making goals based on other people's incomes or feeling the need to justify your spending or making a budget based on how other people are living. Because someone else only spends 60 bucks a week to feed their family of 4 doesn't mean you're going to be able to do that. So stop trying. Stop trying to fit yourself into the grids on someone else's spreadsheet. You are your own unique, beautiful butterfly, and you need to spread your wings and shine. Mixing my metaphors, but you get the point. Don't put yourself in someone else's little spreadsheet. Make your own budget based on your money. You don't have to justify how you spend it to anyone else. And in fact, I was having this conversation with someone just today that they felt like they were spending too much money eating out, but they were just in a season of their life where they were really busy. They worked multiple jobs. And I said, no, what you need to do is adjust your grocery budget, and maybe it's smaller, and maybe your eating out budget is a little bit more right now because that's the season of life you're in, and it's your money, and you get to own it. No one gets to decide what you do, and you don't need to make yourself feel bad for it because you see me, who's cooking every night. I'm home. Not everyone can rush home after work, cook a meal, eat, clean up, and then go and do whatever else they need to do with their lives. So own your reality and don't base your budget on your ideal self, and instead base it on who you actually are today, which is wonderful. You're wonderful and you're doing an incredible job. Okay, we're going to get emotional, but these are my tips. Let's make this the best year ever money-wise. We can do it. We can control our finances and we can win. Okay, so I hope this video helped you. I'd love it if you would give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below and tell me how you are changing your finances in 2020, and I'll see you soon. Bye.